Every personal finance book, finance guru, and retirement calculator tells you the same thing. You need $100,000 or more to start benefiting from investing and be on that path to be financially free. They paint this picture of a distant finish line, decades away, where you finally unlock peace of mind. But for most people starting out, $100,000 feels like a fairy tale. It's a number so large that it actually causes decision paralysis. Why save 50 bucks this week when you're so far away from goal? We're going to break down in this video why the actual number that matters is way less than 100,000, the math behind it, and how you get there. Your career, your brain, and your future will never be the same after it. Because here's the truth that gurus miss. Wealth building isn't a linear slope. It's a game of hidden milestones. And the very first milestone, the one that completely transforms your relationship with reality, doesn't happen at 100,000. It's luckily a lot closer and more achievable than that. The real magic happens the exact moment you hit $10,000. Here's why. To understand why $10,000 is a game changer, we have to look at what happens to your brain when you have zero. Psychologists call this scarcity mindset or survival mode. When your bank account balance hovers near zero, your brain behaves exactly as if your house is on fire. Your cognitive bandwidth is entirely consumed by immediate threats. You aren't thinking about your 5-year career path. You're thinking about the rent check due in 4 days. You aren't analyzing investment yields. You're calculating whether buying generic groceries means you can still afford gas to get to work. Data from major financial institutions shows that even a tiny buffer shifts human behavior. Having just $2,000 in liquid savings increases a person's self-reported financial well-being by over 20%. Why? Because it puts out the fire. When you scale that buffer up to $10,000, which represents roughly 3 to 6 months of basic living expenses for the average person, something massive happens inside your prefrontal cortex. You move out of pure defense mode and start playing offense. Below $10,000, you are reacting to life. Above it, you become proactive. A broken appliance or an unexpected car repair isn't a month-ruining catastrophe anymore. It's just a minor temporary inconvenience. That shift from crisis to inconvenience frees up mental energy required to actually build wealth. Now let's talk about the math, and this is where it gets interesting because compound interest goes from an abstract concept to an undeniable reality. Think of building wealth like trying to push a massive stone boulder up a steep hill. At the very bottom, it feels completely impossible. You're straining, sweating, and pouring in maximum effort, but you're barely moving an inch. This is the stage where most people quit. They look at their tiny investments return and think, this sucks, nothing's happening, why bother? But let's look at the actual numbers. If you save $500 a month and earn an average 8% annual return, getting to your first $10,000 takes about 20 months. That is over a year and a half of discipline, saying no to nights out and delaying gratification. But look at what happens next. Your second $10,000 doesn't take another 19 months. It takes 17 months. Why? Because you aren't pushing alone anymore. That first $10,000 is now working right alongside you, compounding and generating its own returns. You put in the exact same monthly effort, took the exact same market risk, but you shaved off 2 full months off that timeline. What's amazing is by the time you are aiming for higher milestones, the timeline compresses even faster. When you eventually reach massive numbers, say 400,000 for example, your portfolio can generate $10,000 on its own in about 4 months without you contributing another dime. $10,000 is the turning point where your financial boulder finally crests the peak of the hill. Every dollar before this point feels like you're fighting gravity. Every dollar after this point means gravity is starting to work for you. One of the least talked about benefits of hitting 10K is how it completely changes your leverage in the workplace. When you are living paycheck to paycheck, you are effectively trapped. If your boss is toxic, your hours are unreasonable, or the environment is destructive, you have to smile and deal with it. You can't afford to walk away because you are one missed paycheck away from being in a bad financial spot. Employers can subconsciously sense this desperation, and it puts you in the weakest possible negotiating position. You can't confidently ask for a raise or push back on bad terms when you're terrified of the consequences. But 10K changes the power dynamics entirely. It gives you what is known as walking away money, or FU money. This doesn't mean you become reckless, quit your job on a whim, or burn bridges. It means you no longer operate out of fear. When you know you can survive for months without their paycheck, your posture changes. You speak with more confidence in meetings. You negotiate from a position of objective value, and you take calculated risk to advance. Ironically, by having the security to leave, you often become far more valuable to an organization, leading to faster promotions and higher income. The money in the bank acts like a silent superpower. Once you cross this threshold, your entire framework for making decisions shifts from micromanagement to macro strategy. When you're broke, you waste immense mental energy agonizing over micro decisions. Should I buy the same name brand cereal or the generic? Is it a mistake to buy a $5 coffee? While budgeting matters, hyper focusing on $5 expenses creates a scarcity loop that drains your brain's bandwidth. The reality is that saving $5 on a coffee every day adds up to around $1,800 a year. It's helpful to start for sure, but it won't fundamentally alter your path towards true wealth. What actually moves the needle are macro decisions: your housing costs, your transportation expense, and your income generation. Think about it. The average person drops $600 to $800 every single month on car payments, insurance, and fuel for a vehicle that depreciates the second it drives off the lot. Over a working lifetime, just that single choice of the car that you drive destroys hundreds of thousands of dollars of compounding potential. With 10K in the bank, you stop sweating the organic groceries or the morning coffee. You free up that mental energy to focus entirely on optimizing the major leaks in your bucket, increasing your primary skills, and expanding your investments. You stop playing small and start playing strategically. But there is a dangerous trap waiting for you right at the finish line. When many people finally see five figures in their account for the first time, a psychological rubber band effect occurs. They feel a sudden rush of relief, and their brain tells them, "You did it. You're safe. You deserve a reward." They immediately go out and use that 10,000 as a down payment for a flashy car, or they spend it all on a big vacation. They take the seed of their entire financial freedom and destroy it before it has the chance to grow. Instead of viewing 10K as a prize to be spent, you can view it as a permanent foundation for yourself. It's an identity shift. You're no longer someone trying to survive the month. You're now an investor managing capital. You have proven to yourself that you possess the discipline to delay gratification, track your money, and control impulses. That identity shift is worth infinitely more than the cash itself. If you're ready to stop playing defense and start building real leverage, a great goal to shoot for could be getting across that five-figure wall, building your base, protecting your momentum, and letting gravity do the rest. If this video helped you to see the math and psychology of wealth a bit differently, make sure to hit subscribe and let me know in the comments what milestone you're tracking towards next. See you in the next one.